Hey guys, I'm Common Artist Over, and today we will be taking a look at the Hiya Exquisite Basic Godzilla 2014. This figure has been a long time in the making. Along with a lot of their other figures, we have waited quite a while to see these come into our hands, and they are finally here. I ordered this guy off AliExpress, and he finally arrived today. My first impression is this box is humongous for no reason. This thing is 17 inches long. There's no way the figure inside is that big. But taking a look at this box, you can see mine came quite munched. I mean, this is destroyed. Like, it survived the San Francisco event in 2014. But you got a nice picture of Godzilla here with San Francisco burning in the back. It says, Exquisite Basic Godzilla, warning. Then on this side, got another picture of Godzilla leaning in, and all your stuff right here. Hiya boxes are pretty simple, so I don't feel too bad about this one being all munched up. Let's open it up. I guess I stand mostly corrected. This figure does take up the whole length of the box. Let's get him open. And here is Hiya Godzilla out of the box. Even just having this figure in hand for a little bit, this thing is so cool. Seeing it in pictures, I did see how awesome it looked, but at the same time I was like, well, the NECA 2014 figure was really awesome and still holds up to this day. Having this figure in hand, this is just different, guys. This is just a work of art. I really do like this. The camera and the lighting right now is doing this kind of dirty, but the depth of paint and sculpting in here is really crazy. There's just an insane amount of browns, tans, little bits of green here and there that just make this figure just so real looking. Like, there's rusty colors there in the spines. Really, once you have this in hand, you'll see just how insane the painting is on this figure. It really, I think, is the best painting I've seen on a Hiya figure to date, except for the head. We'll get to that. But just looking at that, wow, paint alone, this figure absolutely kills it. Next is the sculpt. The sculpt looks really good. It really does. This looks like Godzilla 2014. I feel like Hiya, when they nail a sculpt, they nail it hard. They really capture the essence from every angle of how Godzilla looked, especially here in the neck region and in the spines and in the tail with the really skinny tip. It really does look darn good. And from the front, you have that blockier 2014 head with the more, I've always thought of him kind of as like a bear. He's kind of got that stubby snout. And then, of course, the 2014 elephant feet are there, and they've got some really nice rusty washes on them. All over this figure is just absolutely incredible detail. I want you to just look real closely at all the amazing detail on this figure. I don't know how the heck they did this. Now, taking a look at the head, which is the most controversial part, the teeth are on mine a little bit. The problem with these newer Godzilla designs is that they make the eyes and the teeth so darn small in the designs that by the time they get to the toys, the people who design these Godzillas really aren't doing toy makers a favor by making these tiny, tiny teeth. I really don't think, from my perspective, the teeth look too bad. I can see them, and there's a wash to kind of bring out the spaces in between the teeth, but the eyes are where I kind of have an issue. If you look at this eye, I can't go any closer, can I? Oh yeah, I can. If you look at this eye, there's the white, and then there's like that brown speck there in the corner, which I think was supposed to be the pupil. Even in person, looking at that, it's just like a speck of brown. It's not even really an eye. Coming to the other half, to the other side, that eye is printed a little bit better, but still not great. And I know Godzilla 2014's eyes are not even white, so they weren't accurate to begin with. So they're tiny and you can't really see them, but those are my one nitpick. But overall, this figure, guys, is so darn cool. Wow, and the sculpt is so sharp. Look at that. Look at this. This is deep, deep sculpting. Really, really great. You also get a pair of fists with Godzilla. So that's cool. And let's see how easy these are to swap. And pop those in. This is kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. Godzilla is putting up those paws, and he's ready to duke it out with the Mutos. I don't remember him making fists in the movie, but hey, I'll take it. Now, as far as articulation goes, this figure has made some pretty good improvements compared to the previous Hiya releases. You've got some pretty nice head movement up here with all these segments. And you can look down and side to side, some pretty good movement. You've got a ball joint here at the arm, some good movement. And then here's where things start to get new. Some double jointed elbows right there. Look at that. We've never had double jointed elbows on a figure like this. And then double jointed knees, movement a little here at the hip and then at the foot. It's a little bit stiff. I tried to warm it up a little bit, but it is moving pretty good. And then right there, a crunch, pretty good crunch, a little side to side. At the tail, it's a little stiff up here, but once you get down here, you get some really nice curving, and you can get really nice movement all the way down to the tip. So articulation on this guy is pretty darn good. Now, as far as scale goes, this guy is a little bit smaller than the previous Hiya releases, standing at just a little bit over 6 inches. Bringing in Hiya's first Godzilla, here is Godzilla from Godzilla vs. Kong, and you can see that he is larger. I'm not sure if in canon this is true, but I think it might be. And by the way, this figure is still one of my favorite Hiya Godzilla figures ever. Just looking at them side by side, you can see the difference in design and how Godzilla has grown up over the years. Now, the comparison we have all been waiting for. Here's the Hiya Godzilla with the NECA Godzilla 2014. This was the first figure in the Godzilla NECA line. And you know, the 2014 NECA Godzilla still is pretty darn good. I mean, this figure is 11 years old, and it was the first articulated American Godzilla figure. Before any Super 7 figures, before any of these Hiya figures, there was this. And have companies like Super 7 really surpassed this? Maybe a little bit, but in 11 years' time, not considerably. This figure is still pretty darn cool, and I just wanted to say how much I am proud of NECA, and I miss you guys. Hope you're doing great things. They are. But here are the figures side by side, more or less the same size, but yeah, the difference in sculpting is pretty crazy. Still love this figure. And while we're at it, here is Hiya 2014 with Hiya 2017 Skull Island Kong. These are both like the teenage versions of our current protagonists in the Monsterverse, so it's fun to have these side by side. This Kong was a present from my good friend Johnny, so thank you to him. This comparison is for you. They look awesome together. They scale up really great, and if we would have gotten a Godzilla versus Kong with these designs, that would have been so awesome. So there you go, guys. There was a look at the Hiya Toys Exquisite Basic Godzilla 2014. I seriously need to get the female Muto that they made. I still haven't been able to track them down for a good price. And I need Hiya to make the male Muto so we can complete that 2014 collection. This figure seriously makes me want to rewatch Godzilla 2014. In addition, with the new Jurassic Park trailer coming out, I'm interested in watching Gareth Edwards' works again because he is a pretty darn good director. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Hey guys, I'm Kamen Rider Silver, and today's the day, guys. I've waited, how many years has it been? It's been 2 years. I've waited 2 years to get this figure.